Alright, everyone. What the heck? I've never done that before. Alright, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here, of course, for Haikyuu. But wait! We're doing something in between seasons 1 and 2. We are doing the first OVA of Haikyuu. Right. This was recommended to us by many of our Discord members and, of course, our editor, Rop. I have no idea what to expect from this. I'm guessing that the transition between the two seasons has a little bit of a time jump.
Sure.
And in that, there's probably some context that this OVA will add. Or
this could be the legendary Slice of Life episode.
I think it will be. I think, if anything, OVAs in general lend themselves to more kind of episodic, self-contained narrative that maybe help introduce some new concepts, show off some kind of comedy that wouldn't necessarily fit within the show's overall plot narrative, stuff like that.
Sure.
But yeah, I'm a really big fan of Haikyuu, so when I heard that, well, no, I meant specifically like because of the characters. So I wouldn't really care what the characters are doing, as long as I get, you know,
they could
Team
have
Karasuno
they could
in
have
here.
a cooking episode, and I would be on board.
That would be awesome. All right, guys. Well, without further ado, let's get into this OVA and see what's in store for us now. A cat, Nekoma. Nani? Oh, red. That's the team Nekoma. Not for me. I'm pretty good at catching cats. But you can catch that cat pretty easily. Oh my gosh. So me.
POP.
Yep, instead of PSP. Oh my gosh. Kenma. Oh, I see where the context fits.
Yeah.
They didn't win in their tournament either. And the wind. I'm swift as the wind. Oh, it's a new player that they have. Gotcha.
I just hope they're an actual character that isn't like just for this one episode.
Gotcha.
Our mascot.
Like a typical cat. Haikyuu Lev.
Wow.
Oh, and his eyes are very cat-like too. Half Russian heritage. So he's the tall guy.
Right.
Yeah. Oh. Super. So he's a ditz, though. He's
a bit of an airhead.
Yeah. Well, he's a first year. No, it really wasn't. Yeah. Yeah, he's exuberant like Hinata, but he doesn't have the actual drive to be on the court as much as possible. Look, I waste my time with you. Throw you to the wolves immediately.
Yeah. That way you can see how behind.
They're like, no. He's got his POP game to play. Oh. We need something else. And he misses horribly. Yep. Yeah. He said,
to back up those words though.
yeah.
でもこれから2週間玄馬さんとがっつりやればですよね。
リエーフみたいなめちゃくちゃにはそう簡単に合わせられないよ。
Transition to Carcino soon?
それに完全に合わせ
I
る
don't
セ
think
ッ
so.
ター
They
が
only have one episode, so.
Yeah.
そのチビちゃん、これがまた基礎は全然でな。
そいつヤクさんよりもチビなんですか？
ヤクさんに言ってはいけないことをどうしてっかなあいつら。
Oh no way! It is a oh my gosh! They're mirroring the exact same thing.
All right, all right.
Oh my gosh!
俺が仇を取ってやるぜ。全攻撃完璧に受けたぞ。
ある意味すげえ。さすが天才リ
ベロ。What is this? They're all gonna try and beat it? Daichi gonna eat those words. Defense. They're each taking their personality into it.
やってて面白いっすか？
Oh, see, he wouldn't just run away. And now just gonna jump.
No, he's just gonna attack at. Well, probably jump too, but.
Oh my gosh, he's one of those gamers. Yes.
Yeah.
I am unashamedly one of those people. Don't dodge!
And Kenma was the one who's usually like really good at working things in with his team. But
so is it really just Kenma that needs to adjust?
It might be.
Yeah, that sounds aggravating. Those of handheld games.
攻略できそうにない敵ほど燃えるんじゃねえのか?
Right, I see what they're putting in this over
Oh yeah, the parallels are strong.
Yeah.
今敵が攻撃する前、尻尾が光ってたぞ。嘘。なんだ? 気づいて
He's like, oh, you didn't notice that?
お前も熱くなると周りが見えなくなるんだね。
Shut up.
He's like, I never get fired up. Yeah.
Yeah.
なってるし。
Or two. I'm not.
なってる。
I do.
That way they can be in sync. Get a better understanding for how each other work.
Kenma is kind of a cat, if you think about it. They should actually get along quite well.
That's true.
着実に進化はしていってるよ。俺はネコマのエースにならなきゃいけないので。
They're trying to make him as like that, like Hinata, but opposite
totally
of Hinata.
Maybe they should start living together and listening to music all the time.
Oh yeah, he's seeing him jump.
Yeah.
I know it's gonna happen. Yep, yep, yep. Awesome. Oh no! But he can.
But he still kept the cat in the air.
Yep.
全然大丈夫じゃない。
すんません。でもまあ猫が無事だったからそれでいいじゃないですか。
No, the cat isn't fine.
Something's gonna happen.
He's gonna get a single spike in.
お願いします。
Yeah.
Or he's gonna like make good contact, but it's gonna go out of
燃え
bounds.
るんじゃねえのか? なんか商用に似てるかも。
Yeah.
Yep.
Way up there.
His arms are Long.
Yep.
エース海岸です
He's like, yeah, whatever, man. All right.
You got your one spike.
もう一本
What?
But at least he's consistently making contact.
Hmm.
新しい血液が回り始めたかな
Cool, cool.
俺たちは血液だ滞りなく流れろ酸素を回せ脳が正常に働くために
Yep.
なんすかそれこれだけはリエフに同化
Ha!
よし行くぞ
It didn't focus on Karasuno either.
No, although that transition to them was nice.
That was kind of nice, yeah.
Yeah.
I can't believe they made it so literal, though. They were literally just getting food, playing the same freaking video game.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, yeah.
Everyone tries to beat it in their own unique way.
Tackling a unique foe that they bring their own personal touch to it. But individually, they can't. Because they're each limited in their own way.
Right.
Yeah, it's kind of like a life lesson, like OVA, in a way.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's an end credits bit. Okay. Haha, there's still...
次は俺の番だろ先に俺だ
お前はさっきやっただろ
ふざけんな死んだ
おいやめろ大地が切れるぞ俺たらやめてよ さっさと帰れ
Nice. All right, that was some quirky fun.
It
That
was.
some quirky fun.
One of the things that I thought was really interesting was how, since they focused on Nekoma, the energy of the episode was a Nekoma energy, not a Karasuno energy.
That's true.
It was sort of a like lazy cat-like energy,
Calmer.
Calm. Yeah. Not the zany high energy that Karasuno usually has because of Hinata, Nishinoya. It was great to see our boys though playing the game.
Yeah, and that was basically it. It was a slice of life bit about them playing a game, and then for Nekoma there was actual character development
Right.
from multiple characters. And Lev is a new character, so I'm guessing he's introduced in season 2 as kind of a more
and that's why people were like, okay, you should watch this one.
Right, because Lev, as a character, mirrors Hinata in a lot of ways that are similar and in a lot of ways that are opposites.
Right.
And I like that they're bringing that into the focus because Hinata really doesn't have someone that truly is similar to him in the show up until this point.
Yes, certainly not in Nekoma. If anything...
Well, not really in any of the teams.
Right. The closest one would probably... Nishinoya.
But Nishinoya is on his team, and even then Nishinoya is very different.
It's very different, yeah.
Yeah.
At least certainly in the role he functions in.
Yeah, but not only that, his energy, although it's hype, it's very, very different, and his motivations are very different as well.
I could see that being kind of
They both
like...
want to be the ace. Haiba, Lev, and Hinata Shoyo, they both want to be the ace. They both come in as first years. They both don't really know exactly what they're doing. They both kind of suck. They both learn how to sync with their setter.
Right. But in the case of Lev, because he doesn't have, the godlike setter Kageyama, it's a bit harder, Yeah. Because Kageyama can just sort of do that and, go through that real easily, whereas Kenma is like, he's got to work at it a bit more.
In a way, it's also funny how they similarly both have a lot of reach.
Yes.
One can jump, one's just really tall.
Right, but whereas Lev is like, he can jump, and he's really tall and has really long arms. So it's like they did a really good job of showing that it's like, oh, that volleyball is way up there, and that's his optimal spiking range. Like,
if Kenma is the cat, Lev is a giraffe. He's a floppy, uncoordinated baby giraffe. He just kind of flounders around, and then when you get something that's actually at his max height range, he just gets excited, and then whack! Just a really good
I would almost maybe say that Lev is like a dog.
No. Well, okay, I see what you're saying.
Like,
in that
like the always
his
happy,
energy. But that's more like Hinata in the, he always wants to play. Like,
right.
Lev seems to be more airhead than dog,
Well,
kind of. Well, I guess dogs are kind of airheads. That's true.
Yeah.
But then Kenma actually coming to some understanding of what it means to be a setter in that regard, I think is kind of cool. Mm-hmm. It feels a little bit too life lesson-y, like, because it's an OVA, so it's a single self-contained story, which makes sense. That's what you kind of have to do.
Uh-huh.
But I think it's the thing of, will we really get a lot of Nekoma in season 2?
Right. That's what I'm really curious about, because since they spent so much time with Karasuno in season 1, and I really want them to spend a lot of time with them in season 2, because now we know this is actually the last time that Daichi and Suga and Asahi will be able to play in a tournament.
Right.
But they could also use this as an opportunity to develop the other teams further, especially since it's like, okay, we've seen them before, now we're going to see how they've improved and things like that. But now, do you think they're going to do this style of episode in season 2?
No, not at all.
Like, not as
OVA. This is an OVA, 100%. No, not at all.
But they won't even do it as like an occasional
This
episode?
is not comparable to any Haikyuu episode.
That is very true. Yeah.
It's fundamentally less, because it's not able to really pull upon the power of the previous and the next episode in any way, because it's completely standalone. Even in a standalone Haikyuu episode, you would be able to leverage the context of the episodes surrounding it, and this one can't really do that. If anything, it makes little in-universe references to the match against Karasuno a while back. But what I really like about this is it shows, oh, by the way, in season 2, you guys are right, the other teams will be featured quite prominently, particularly Nekoma, because the Nekoma dynamic, mainly between Kuro and Kenma, I'm a really big fan of. Like, so I really want to see more of them. And also, if they lost as well in their inter-high preliminaries or what have you,
then they have some growth to do.
That is some cool things to show how they can get better, but also how their development will be similar to Karasuno's in in a way that's unique to the individuals in their team, but similar in the way that the team had a disappointing prior season.
Yeah, and I think that the fact that they're introducing Lev like this is great, because when I think about why I love the Karasuno team so much, one, yes, we've spent a lot of time with them, but also it's just the idea that every character on the Karasuno team has so much personality to them. They're so unique.
Yes, that's true.
They bring so much to the table that you just love seeing them do whatever it is they're doing, because every moment ends up just being this gem. So with Nekoma, I think, like, if they did this kind of episode for Nekoma, like further down the road, they could have it be, potentially like Karasuno levels of quality, assuming that they get all the characters fleshed out, give them some struggles and and quirks and all those things, so that they can really stand on their own. And introducing Lev, I think, is a big step in that direction.
Yeah, it also takes a little bit of the legwork out of the way of the regular season of Haikyuu, the second season. If they're bringing in Lev into the show, it's not going to be a thing of like, whoa, who's that new person on their team?
Yeah.
For them, it makes sense to do that, but it leaves him as kind of that mysterious transfer student kind of feel, even though he's a first year.
Right.
And then for us, we go, ooh, Lev is actually on it. Wait, Lev's gotten better. Wait a minute. That's kind of like a mini origin story for Lev.
Yeah, and that did seem to be how they were kind of introducing him, because if he wasn't good enough to be in the inter-high preliminaries or whatever, then that means that when he's introduced in the spring tournament, that it'll be something of like, oh, we haven't seen you before, but it's the same school year. Like, what's up? And I'll be like, oh, well, he hadn't really played volleyball before, so we were still, getting him into shape.
That's a good point. This is his first time playing volleyball on a team.
Yeah.
Because he didn't play in junior high, according to this.
Yeah, so it'll be cool to see.
He's raw, he's got the physical capabilities, he needs some coordination skills.
Yes, which makes sense with those long arms. I mean,
geez. Yes, and you being a taller person would know kind of what...
I would suck at volleyball. Like, I would have to work.
Like, you would have the physical capabilities, but you would need the coordination, like, in, like, huge amounts to be, like, given. Yeah, that makes sense. coordination is something that you can definitely just be born with and you have it, but it's also just a practice thing.
Right.
And if Lev is joining volleyball team for the first time, this level of coordination makes perfect sense for where he's at.
Exactly. Yep.
Volleyball's not an easy sport to pick up at a high level.
Right. But they gave him that little in of saying like this unique thing that he can do of being able to jump really high even though he's really tall, and also having those long arms so he can get those balls even though they're way high.
I'm imagining him actually being insane on defense.
Sure.
You know how they were making the big point of how Dateko's iron wall was because of that one player who's so tall and so fast and strong and stuff? Lev doesn't even need to be that fast. He just kind of waves his spaghetti arms all over the place and just hopes to deflect something back. He could do some serious defense.
Oh, he could.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I think that's the gist of it.
Yeah, there's not too much to talk about for this episode.
I'm excited for season 2.
Yes, very much so.
But
that is going to be amazing.
I'm also excited for Nekoma to be a force within season 2.
So would you say that Nekoma is the school other than Carcino that you're most excited to see?
I don't know.
Because personally, for me, I'm excited to see Dateko.
I'm excited to see Shira Torizawa.
Well,
because
sure.
Shira Torizawa, I feel like they've been building them up as the truly insurmountable wall, but they're actually people too. They're not robots on Shira Torizawa.
Exactly.
I'm excited to see what the people of Shira Torizawa are like.
Right.
I'm excited to see what other teams potentially that we haven't even been introduced to are like. I would want to see Oikawa's team.
Yeah.
Again.
Abujisai. That's actually a really good point for Shira Torizawa because they've been built up so much as being the strong school, right? And for season 1, the real antagonistic school was Abujisai with Oikawa. And Oikawa, he had a whole ton of personality to him, right? Mm-hmm. So what are they going to do with Shira Torizawa? Because I think
he'll have less than. I think their team will have less than.
I think so too.
Abujisai.
But I think what'll end up happening is that they'll have more even if none of them are as full of personality as Oikawa, there will be a bunch of characters on that team that they'll all make very unique and things like that.
Instead of localizing it to 1 or 2 characters, they'll make it kind of spread out to 4 characters.
Right, because looking back with Dateko, right? Yeah. There was the main dude, I forget his name, and then his buddy, and those were the main two, and that was pretty much it. Kind of shows that they were going to lose, right?
Right. Abujisai had one really big focus on Oikawa, a little bit on Iwazumi, and a little bit on the Kageyama old, teammates that they used to have, and then some on the Libero,
right?
But not really the depth that we got for Oikawa.
Exactly.
I would like less depth than Oikawa, more depth than the other characters on Abujisai. Kind of just evenly spread out amongst Shira Torizawa.
Yep, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right, guys, this is fun. If you want to see the premiere episode of Season 2's reaction for Haikyuu, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get on early access. It also comes with Discord access. We'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.